Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I'm Muhammad Nasir Naim bin Muhammad Nazim. Now I will explain a little bit about the explanation about the question one. So for the question one, we do the PLC for the car wash center. So uh, this task we consist for the input is a start and start button, stop button, water sensor, brush sensor, and the output is a power output for the to supply the power to the car wash center and the conveyor, and also all the equipment there. So second is a conveyor, then the timer one, for the washing process, and timer 2 for the drying process. Okay, and we also use the counter in this task, where the counter we use is a reversible counter, where when the cars is going in, it will detect one car is going in. Then we when the user make a pay for the at the car wash, so we detect that the cars will going out, so it will be 0. We use a mat function, which is addition. So in this mat function we use where is how much money for the user needs to pay. So the driver need to pay around 40 ringgit. So the 30 ringgit indicates that the washing process, and the 10 ringgit for the drying process. So then we use the 001E. So because it's the binary number for the amount of 30 that convert into hexa. So this is in hexa number for the 30, and also this hexa number for the 10. Okay, now we start the simulation. Okay, now start the process. Okay, now power is supplied to the car wash center. Now it's conveyor start moving. Okay, we switch off the start button. When we switch off the start button, power still heavy in the car wash center, where the conveyor, water sensor, blood sensor, and all also now is start. Okay, now now the driver will drive the car into the car center, and now car at above the conveyor. Now car above the conveyor is moving, and then water sensor detect the car. So now when detect the car, conveyor is stop, and washing process with water will flowing out for the 10 second. Okay, after 10 second, it continue, conveyor continue, and now car on the conveyor will move to the next process, which is brush sensor for the drying process. Okay, before that, when the water sensor detect the car for the washing process, detect. So now we tell the customer that 30 ringgit for the washing process. So for the drying process, okay, for the drying process about 50 seconds to dry the car after washing. We use a shorter time for this simulation. I think in the real world, maybe for washing about the 10 minute, and drying process is long, about 50 plus 50 minute like that. So when the process detect for the drying process, it will tell the customer is 10 ringgit for the amount for the drying process. Okay, now after end the drying process, now conveyor, the car is drying, so the conveyor moving until, okay, now user, the driver will need to pay. Touch the pay counter, the counter becomes 0, and tell the customer that amount of money is 40 ringgit. So it's indicate this is maybe a display at the car center, tell the customer that 40 ringgit for the pay. So that's all for the conventional method. Okay, now I will explain a little bit about the shift register method. Okay, for the shift register method, we use a shift register method because it easy to for the workers of the our technician to indicate what's faults in the machines, what's having a problem for the process. So easy to indicate where we just tell about the process and the ending or calculation process for the machine. Okay, now I will explain a little bit about the shift register method for the car wash center. Okay, we use just only five process for because process one for the water sensor detect the car to make before the conveyor stop. Second process for the washing process for the water flowing with the timer. Second, process 3 for the brush sensor detect the car before the conveyor stop. And process 4 for the drying process where the brush motor is on. And then process 5 for the ending, before the ending process where the driver making a pay at the pay counter. So okay, we continue the simulation. Okay, now it start the simulation. Fine. Okay, went on. So now is a water sensory process. Okay, now the process 1, conveyor is moving. Conveyor moving until the water sensor detect the car. So about 10 seconds for washing process. So the water motor flow the water to the cars. Okay, then it's continue to process 3 for the brush sensory process. The drying before the drying process, okay, brush sensor detect. Brush sensor detect the car, and then the drying process. Now the car is drying. Okay, now it will continue until the end. It's continue to the pay counter. Okay, pay counter for the process 5. So push the pay counter to indicate the car is will going out from the car wash center. Okay, yeah. So let's start with, let's see how the counter is start. Okay, for the counter when the process 1 okay, is tell the car wash center that one car going in, and until the at the pay counter it tells the car is it will tell the car is going out. So we need to do one by one. Okay, now it tells the car is going out when the process 5 is working. So during the process 1, it tells the driver need to pay about the 30 ringgit for the washing, and process 3 indicates for the sensor detect before the drying process. It tells the customer to make pay about the 10 ringgit for the drying process, and then this LED display that tell the customer about 40 ringgit for the total amount of the washing the car for the using the car wash. Okay. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Okay, now I will continue to the question 2 about the assignment of the PLC. The question 2 is consists of shift register method. So the question for the this task is given in the report. So okay, the process for this task is about consists of eight process. With first is sense the object before the conveyor is stop. Second, for the stamping process for the 5 second at the T2 timer. Then the cylinder will touch the read switch at 0.07. Then conveyor A continue move until touch the limit switch 0.08. And then the without stop, so the conveyor is still moving. The ejector at 100.06 will push for 1 second at T3. So 6 at the conveyor B, the object will be detected, and process 7 where the spray station will be spraying station process will be start at 0.10 input and process 8 for the spray process for about the 30 seconds. Okay, now I will run the simulation. Okay, then start. Then the process 1 where the conveyor A is moving until the sensor is on, then conveyor A will stop. So the stepping process for 5 seconds. Then the process 2, then going to process 3 where the read switch will be placed. Then conveyor A will continue until process 4 where the limit switch is touched. Then limit switch will touch, and process 5 for the ejector for the 3 seconds, for the 1 second, so it's very short. So okay, continue to process 6. Now the box at the conveyor B object. Okay, the box is falling from the conveyor A now at conveyor B, and now for the process of spraying process for 30 seconds. And now okay, yeah. Okay, now until end the 30 seconds is going out to process 8 for the conveyor B continue moving. So that's all. Thank you.